We're going to be making a really nice spicy lamb dish today, all into one pot, really simple to do. Now first of all I'm going to make the paste. So what we're going to do is put the ingredients in here. First of all I'm going to start with a good bit of ginger there. I'm going to use quite a lot of garlic. I'm going to use 6 bits of garlic there. 1 or 2 red chilies. Then I'm actually going to use about 1.5 big size onions. So 1.5 to 2 onions really. And then a good portion of coriander. And you can leave the stems on because we're going to make it into a paste. So I'm going to put it all into a blender. And that's what I'll do next. I've got my blender there. I know it doesn't look very much, but it actually does the job. It's fairly basic, and I'm sure you've all got much more elaborate ones. Now what I've done is I've put some of the ingredients in because it is quite small. I have to do it in 2 or 3 hits. But here we go. Oh, better switch the electric on first. Start. Finished blending mine, so we'll just take a look. Whoops, sure it's going to look like a nice paste. There you go. So I'm going to put that to one side, and now we're going to just get the lamb and add some spices to that. I've got my lamb there, so I'm just going to take that out for a moment. And what we're going to do is add some spices into this bowl, and then we're going to put the lamb in there and mix it all up, and then we're going to start frying it. I'm going to put equal amounts of these. The first one I'm going to use is ground cumin. Then I've got some ground coriander, and then I'm going to use some fennel seeds. Next thing, I'm going to put the lamb in there. Just give that a quick stir up. Add a bit of salt for seasoning. And then I'm going to mix all the lamb up. Just get all those flavours all over it. And then we're going to start trying to brown this meat off a little bit in the pan. Now I'm just going to pop in the lamb. Get everything out of there as well. Give that a stir around. I mean, ideally, if you can get them a little bit brown on the outside, that's good. I'm just going to do this at a fairly high heat. You just want to seal up those flavours on the outside of the meat, really. And now I'm going to add the paste that we made earlier and mix it up with the lamb and cook it for around about 10 minutes and give it the occasional stir. Just going to pop a lid on that and leave that cooking. Don't forget to stir it occasionally. Now the next thing I'm going to add into mine is 2 cans of chopped tomatoes. Give that a stir. Then I'm going to add in some good splodge of tomato puree, just to sort of richen it all up. And then we're going to add about a glassful of lamb stock. Give that all a stir around. Now really, you want to cook this for as long as you can. The meat becomes much more tender and the sauce is nicer, so keep that on a simmer with a lid. So I'll just pop the lid on there and leave that on simmer. Now I've been cooking mine for about an hour, so give it a quick stir up, and then what we want to do is just have a little bit of a taste of this sauce. It's really thickened up the sauce nice, but I mean you can carry on cooking if you want, but I'm just going to try that, see how it is. It's a really nice sauce. This is at the point where you really want to, you know, add a little bit of something if it needs it, either salt or maybe a little bit of sugar. Now for my personal taste, I'm just going to add a little bit of sugar. I think what it is, the tomato cans I use, the tomatoes are a little bit bitter. I don't want to add too much sugar, a little bit of brown sugar I've added there. And I'm going to add a few peas as well, just a few little peas. So I'm just going to pop a few, these are just frozen peas really, but even these are sort of a little bit sweet. So mix this all up, and I'd say really just, you know, for another 4 or 5 minutes, and then we're going to serve it up. Looks nice. Let me just try a bit of the meat. We should be able to pull this apart really without even having to cut it. It's, you know, nice and soft. Because obviously the longer you cook it, the easier it gets. So we'll just put a bit of that with the sauce. Try that. Really nice. If you want to finish the dish off with anything, you can use a little bit of coriander. Otherwise you can use mint as well. Mint goes really nice with lamb. Enjoy.